So it sounds like you're taking extra courses and you don't want to rush to take your GRE for the upcoming cycle, but will if you think I should. I mean, ultimately, this is your decision. I want you to know that if you're taking extra courses, I don't know what those courses are, if they're science courses or if they're something else, but I have seen a lot of students make a mistake where they put too much on their plate and they're trying to juggle taking a couple different courses, and then they don't do well, or they don't do as well as they want. Like maybe they end up with a B. And it's in a science course, and so it actually drags their science GPA down. So it's not what you want to do. So I encourage you to first and foremost make sure that you make those courses your priority, so that way you do as well in them as you possibly can. And I also have a question if you know what your science GPA is. Depending on, you said over 3.4, but is that overall or is that your science GPA? And I'd also love to know what classes you're taking, so comment below. As far as the GRE, that test, some people can wing it and do well. Other people end up taking it 2 or 3 times. I myself had to pay for a tutor to do good enough on that test to apply for CRNA school. The tutor that I was it Kaplan? I think it was Kaplan. Oh my gosh, I don't remember anymore. But this was back in, I don't know, 2010, 2011, something like that. And I think I paid a little over $1,000, but it significantly improved my score. I went from like a 298, which was not good enough to apply to school, to a 311, which is more than competitive for school. So I always tell people not to hesitate to invest in a tutor for the GRE if they think they need it. Take some practice tests, see how you do. If you're struggling, maybe looking to get a tutor before you actually go take the real test. If you take the real test and you don't do well, it's not going to hurt you getting into school, but you're just going to have to retake it, and it's an expensive test to take to begin with. Another option is to look for schools that don't require the GRE. So I don't know if you're flexible in where you can apply to CRNA school, but that's another option. If you did that, you could apply this year without having to take the GRE at all. So I guess my big picture advice is to not put too much on your plate because you don't want to spread yourself too thin. But if that means waiting a year, then, that's waiting a year. But if you have other programs you can apply to that don't require the GRE, you could speed along the process. And if you're okay with taking the GRE only to potentially have to retake it, then you can go ahead and wing it and try to take it. But I definitely would still make sure that you are putting your classes as a priority. I hope that helps.